Welcome to today's session in physics. Today we are discussing product of two vectors. We have already discussed how to multiply a vector by a scalar. If we multiply a vector by a scalar, we get a new vector and its magnitude is the product of the magnitude of vector A and that scalar value S, and its direction will be in the direction of vector A if that scalar value is positive, and it is in opposite direction if that scalar value is negative. For example, if vector A is in that direction as shown in figure, this direction, to vector A, it will have twice the magnitude but in the same direction. And -3 vector A means thrice the magnitude and opposite in direction. I think this we have already discussed. Now what we are discussing is how to multiply a vector by a vector. Actually, there are two ways to multiply a vector by a vector. The first method is to get a scalar quantity, and that type of product of two vectors is called as scalar product or dot product. That means by this method we will get a scalar quantity as the result of multiplication, and that product is called scalar product or dot product. And the second method produces a vector quantity as the product, and that method is called vector product or cross product. So today we will be discussing dot product of two vectors. So we consider two vectors, vector A and vector B, as shown in figure. Here theta is the angle between the two vectors. As the name suggests, scalar product, the product of the two vectors will be a scalar quantity, and the quantity or the product of two vectors is given by vector A dot vector B is equal to AB cos theta, where A and B are the magnitudes of two vectors, vector A and vector B, and theta is the angle between the two vectors. So here there is no direction since it is scalar product, and it is represented by a dot in between the two vectors, and that is why the other name dot product. Now examples of scalar product. There are many equations in physics in which we have the scalar product. First example is the example of work, and that work is the dot product of force and displacement, that is W equal to F dot S or W equal to Fs cos theta, where W is the work done, F is the force and S is the displacement. Another example is that of power, which is the dot product of force and velocity. So we have P is equal to Fv cos theta. P stands for power, F stands for force, and V stands for velocity. Now we will discuss the properties of scalar product. The scalar product is commutative. That means A dot B, vector A dot vector B is the same as vector B dot vector A. The steps are very simple because A dot B equal to AB cos theta and B dot A equal to BA cos theta. AB is the same as BA, so A dot B is the same as B dot A. So scalar product is commutative. Second property is scalar product is distributive over addition. That is A dot B plus C is equal to A dot B plus A dot C. Just like the real distributive property of multiplication, here we have the distributive property of this scalar product. So A dot vector B plus vector C is equal to vector A dot vector B plus vector A dot vector C. Now scalar product of two perpendicular vectors is 0. if the two vectors are perpendicular to each other, the angle between them is 90 degree and cos 90 is 0. So A dot B is equal to 0. So the reverse also is a fact. That means if the dot product of two vectors is 0, then the two vectors are perpendicular to each other. I repeat, if the dot product of two vectors is 0, the two vectors will be perpendicular to each other. Or in order to show that two vectors are perpendicular to each other, we can show that their dot product is 0. Now coming to the fourth property, the scalar product of two parallel vectors is maximum positive. That means if the two vectors are parallel to each other, 0 is the angle between the two vectors. And cos 0 is 1 and A dot B becomes AB. So A dot B equal to AB cos theta, its maximum value is AB. So that is why it is written it is maximum positive in the case of parallel vectors. Now the scalar product of two anti-parallel vectors is maximum negative. Anti-parallel means theta equal to 180 degree. Cos 180 is minus 1. So we will have vector A dot vector B is equal to minus AB. Now next is the sixth property. The scalar product of a vector with itself is equal to square of its magnitude. That means if we take the dot product of a vector with itself, vector A dot vector A. So the angle between vector A and vector A is 0. So we will have AA cos 0, that is the same as A square. So scalar product of a vector with itself is equal to square of the magnitude. Now the scalar product of two same unit vectors is 1 and two different unit vectors is 0. That is in the case of orthogonal unit vectors. So in the case of orthogonal unit vectors, dot product of the same unit vectors is 1 and the dot product of two different unit vectors is 0. So we have I dot I equal to j dot j equal to k dot k, that is 1 into 1 into cos 0, that is 1. But I dot j, so the angle between I and j, I and j, they are along x and y axis respectively. So the angle between them is 90 degree, cos 90 is 0. So I dot j, j dot k and k dot I is equal to 0. So I dot I, j dot j, k dot k, that is equal to 1. I dot j equal to j dot k equal to k dot I, that is equal to 0. Now coming to the component form of scalar product. That means if we express vector A and vector B in terms of components, rectangular components, what will be the expression for vector A dot vector B? So let's take vector A equal to AXI plus AYJ plus AZK and vector B equal to BXI plus BYJ plus BZK. Then vector A dot vector B is equal to AXI plus AYJ plus AZK dot BXI plus BYJ plus BZK, just substituted in that expression. Now the next step is to expand this. That means taking AXI, you have to take dot product with BXI plus BYJ plus BZK. Then with AYJ, again the dot product, like that you have to expand it. So that's how we have the next step. AXI dot BXI plus BYJ plus BZK plus AYJ dot BXI plus BYJ plus BZK and plus AZK dot BXI plus BYJ plus BZK. Now again expand term by term. So we have AX, BX, I dot I, AX, this is how you should do. Okay, then AX BY I dot J, then AX BZ I dot K, plus AY BX J dot I, then AY BY J dot J, plus AY BZ J dot K, plus AZ BX K dot I, AZ BY K dot J, and AZ BZ K dot K. So altogether we have 9 terms in the expansion. Of these 9 terms, only 3 terms will be non-zero, all other terms will be 0. Because we know I dot j, j dot k, k dot I, all those dot products are zeros. So only 3 non-zero dot products we have, I dot I, j dot j, and k dot k. So only 3 terms are non-zero, all other 6 terms are zeros. You can see which all ones. So what remains is A dot B equal to AX BX plus AY BY plus AZ BZ. So this is the expression for the component form of scalar product. Now we will discuss 2 examples for finding scalar product. It's given vector A is equal to 4i plus 3j plus 7k and vector B equal to 2i plus 5j plus 4k. We'll find vector A dot vector B. So you have to multiply that components. That means AX BX plus AY BY plus AZ BZ. So 4 into 2 plus 3 into 5 plus 7 into 4, that is 8 plus 15 plus 28, that is equal to 51. Now one more example, vector A equal to minus 6i plus 3j minus 11k and vector B is equal to 12i plus 4k. Then what will be the dot product? So here one thing is to be noted, that is in vector B, j component is 0. So while taking dot product, we will have minus 6 into 12 plus 3 into 0 plus minus 11 into 4. So we have minus 116 as the answer. Now using scalar product, we can find angle between the two vectors, because we know that the definition of dot product is vector A dot vector B is equal to AB cos theta, where A and B are the magnitudes of vector A and vector B. So rearranging the equation, we have cos theta equal to vector A dot vector B by AB. So using this equation, we can find the angle. Here A and B we can find using the expression, when vector A and vector B are given in component form, magnitude of vector A is root of ax square plus ay square plus az square. Same way the magnitude of vector B is root of bx square plus by square plus bz square. Okay, using those equations we can find the magnitudes and substitute in this equation. We'll get the angle between the two vectors. Here we have one example. Vector A is equal to 4i plus 3j plus 7k and vector B equal to 2i plus 5j plus 4k. Now we need to find the angle between the two vectors. So first we need to find vector A and vector B, the magnitudes. So the vector A is having magnitude root 4 square plus 3 square plus 7 square, that is root 74, and the magnitude of vector B is root 2 square plus 5 square plus 4 square, that is root 45. So cos theta we will have A dot B by AB. Now A dot B will get 4 into 2 plus 3 into 5 plus 7 into 4, which is 51. So we have 51 by root 74 into root 45 as cos theta. By doing calculation, we'll get it to be 0.8838. So using calculator or using Clerk's table, you will get it to be 27.9 degree. So the angle between vector A and vector B is 27.9 degree. It's better you use Clerk's table. Now coming to the next example of dot product, that is finding the component of a vector in the direction of another vector. So here we just take that diagram where we marked the angle between the two vectors, vector A and vector B, as theta. Now the component of vector B on vector A, or the component in the direction of vector A, means that length L which is marked in the diagram. That means from the tip of vector B, a perpendicular is dropped onto vector A. This is that perpendicular dropped, that is AB. Now OA, the length OA, that length OA is called the component of vector B on or in the direction of vector A. So, or it is otherwise called projection of B onto A. So, this is how we find the component of a vector in the direction of another vector. That means here the component of vector B on A is OA, whose length is L. Now, we will see what is that L. So, here we have L. We can take cos theta, that cos theta is L divided by magnitude of vector B from this diagram. Cos theta is equal to L divided by magnitude of vector B. Here hypotenuse comes as that vector B, so its length is its magnitude. So here we have cos theta. So L is equal to B cos theta. And we already obtained the expression for cos theta as A dot B by AB. So we have B into A dot B by AB, or it is the same as A dot B by A. That means component of vector B on vector A is A dot B by A. So that is the expression for finding the component of a vector in the direction of another vector. So using this, we will discuss one example. We have vector B equal to 3i plus j plus 4k and vector A is equal to I minus j plus k. So to find that projection, we can use that expression, that is vector A dot vector B divided by A, that is the component. So first to find vector A dot vector B. So here in this case, vector A dot vector B is 3 minus 1 plus 4. 3 minus 1 plus 4. That is vector A dot vector B. So it is 2 plus 4, that is 6. So we have the dot product as 6. Now what is magnitude of vector A? Magnitude of vector A is root of 1 plus 1 plus 1. That means root 3 is magnitude of vector A. So A dot B is 6. A is magnitude of vector A. So we have that component of B on A as A dot B by A, that is 6 divided by root 3. So this is the component of this vector on, that means vector B in the direction of vector A. Just to substitute in that expression, you will get it. So simplifying 6 by root 3. So you can write 6 as 2 into 3. So 2 into 3 by root 3. So you'll get it as 2 root 3. So the answer is 2 root 3. So with that, we conclude today's lesson. Thank you.